Brought to you by Mr. Irrelevant. Tune into Alex Strofe and Company every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube page for Wisconsin sports talk and everything else. It was another comeback win for the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday as they trailed 2-0 to the Rays until Bryce Terang sent a 2-run blast over the fence in the third to tie the game up. And then in the eighth, the floodgates opened with a Christian Yelich 2-run single to give them a 4-2 lead.
The 0-1 pitch. Chopper, right side. It's going to sneak through and into right field for a base hit. Ortiz is in. Terang streaking around third. He will score. A 2-run single from the captain, Christian Yelich. He's still that guy.
The Brew Crew went on to win 8-2 over the Rays. Milwaukee's off today as they travel down to Kansas City. They'll start a 3-game series this Friday against the Royals. First pitch on Fridays at 6:40. Hear that game right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Do you have a ton of faith in Badgers football right now?
You shouldn't open their season at Lambeau Field against
seriously.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm looking at their
Penn
schedule
State.
right now. Penn State, Michigan State, UCLA, USC, Iowa, Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is seriously a program of I will believe it when I see it.
As long as Fickle has success this year with an easier schedule, there is no reason not to trust Wisconsin Badgers football team moving forward.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Riley Auk, here's Molly Brown.
It is National Burrito Day, Ryan. Here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, we are presented by Coors Light. Guys, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Burrito day, guys.
I'm Molly Brown, alongside Riley Auk and primetime Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. Yes, like I just said, National Burrito Day. Remember, you can always watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream on our YouTube channel.
No burritos on the YouTube stream, though.
No burritos.
There should have been. It's
good.
Maybe, unless you were you able to pull some pictures of some burritos in the last couple minutes since we started talking about burritos?
I did not think the visual of burritos would be necessary for this conversation.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. Maybe if you guys think it is. I have some sounders that aren't burrito related,
Burgers.
but they are food related.
Burritos.
So I didn't have time to get burritos.
It's burger time.
You should just go, play him, but then whenever he goes to say burger, you say burrito.
Yeah, you
time.
jump in instead.
Yeah.
Burritos.
No. Okay, never mind.
That
Didn't work.
Birdios?
That didn't quite work.
Yeah, no, I just skipped. Like a record. That was bad.
So, Ryan, you were very excited about this topic when we were preparing for our show just a couple minutes ago. You're excited that it is National Burrito Day, and Riley is not.
Yeah, burritos suck. Like, let's
Which
be
is
honest.
a terrible take.
Terrible take. Worst
It's
take.
not.
Worst
It's
take
not.
we've heard on ESPN Wisconsin this week.
It might
And
be
Jesse
worse than your
Nelson-
Wisconsin football take. My God. That Luke Fickle's going to save us from
Okay.
despair as Badger fans.
Yeah, he will, and burritos suck. That's where I stand, and I am fully behind both of those.
You just haven't had a good burrito then.
No,
Clearly.
I've had a lot of burritos, and most of that. I have had a good burrito before, but
Yes,
there's so few.
exactly.
There's so few and far between.
That's not even true.
There's way too much stuff in them. They're hard to eat.
Are you
You
5?
got beans
are you,
in
wait,
them.
hold on. Are you literally my 3-year-old that I got him a hard shell taco from Taco Bell last night, and he had I had to hold it for him because it was cracking in half. You know what I mean? It's too hard to eat.
No, tacos are great. Tacos are very easy to eat.
If anything, tacos are harder to eat
What?
because the stuff falls out. Yes.
No, and then you put it back in. Burritos is just spilling all over the place. You can't stuff it back into the burrito.
That's what you have forks for.
And also, that's what you scoop.
Yes.
Like, if
Yeah,
the
so
beans,
get a bowl, then.
if the beans and meat
No.
fall out onto like the wrapper, let's just say you're having a whatever Joe Schmo Taco Bell burrito, right?
Qdoba, they're the ones selling the deal today.
Okay,
You
yeah.
gotta throw out their name.
I guess so. I think they are a partner in Milwaukee, so we can say Qdoba.
There you go.
I'm okay.
Hey, the Dober.
But yes, so like if you're eating a burrito and then some of like the beans and whatever else falls out of it, you just use the burrito to scoop it up.
Or you could get all of the toppings in a bowl and then get the little mini soft shells for it, and then you make your own mini tacos, and it's fantastic.
Do you get
Much
the kids' meal
better.
at like Chipotle?
No.
Clearly.
I get the
what it
no. I
sounds
get
like.
the
No,
quesadilla
actually-
or the tacos.
Once again, yeah, the kids'
Who
meal.
gets
Thank
a
you.
quesadilla when they
I
go
do.
to?
Quesadillas are awesome.
Do you know what I used to call those when I was a kid? Cheesies.
Cheesies? Well, it's not
because you can literally
cheese
just make
in
a
the
quesadilla in the microwave. That's it.
I did do that a lot
Yes,
as a
that
child.
is
That
an
was my
elite-
go-to
Yeah.
meal.
When you're a kid and you don't know how to actually cook anything, just
throw it in
throwing-
the microwave.
Yeah, just throwing a tortilla shell with cheese on it and throw that in the microwave. That's
It was literally
Or chips
spaghetti
with
and
cheese.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
go-to.
Yes. Yeah, your microwave
nachos.
nachos.
Chips with cheese.
Chips with cheese, baby.
Those
That's all
were the
you need.
best. And quesadillas and tacos, objectively, way better.
So
than
it's
burritos.
crazy that since that time when you were making your quesadillas and your nachos or your chips
Yeah,
with
in the
cheese in the
microwave.
microwave, your palate hasn't grown since then? 'Cause
It's
you
grown
still get that-
significantly.
You
How
still
old are
get
you?
that
You're
at
24?
Qdoba?
24. Yeah.
Is
Palate of a
is
12-year-old.
whatever your part of your brain fully developed by then or no?
Medulla oblongata?
Not
No, not that. No, that's not what
No,
it is.
it
is
won't
it?
be fully
Frontal
developed
lobe.
Yeah,
until
it's your frontal lobe.
until July 10th of this year. Then it'll be fully formed. I'll be
sure to write it.
25. And then we'll see if I like burritos. We can check back in, and if I like burritos in July, then fine.
Chime in on how you feel about burritos on the Carbon Stock and Text line. List is more 844-770-3776. Jaron Sunprayer says this little Sheldon-looking guy has worse takes than Jim Rutledge.
What? Sheldon? That is a massive insult. But,
Have you watched Young Sheldon?
no, but I've seen like jokes and memes. I've seen images of young Sheldon before. Horribly disrespectful, but alas.
Anyways, Ryan, are we going to play Crush It or Can It when it comes to burritos?
That is the plan. So, guys, I want to bring out my power rankings for the best foods, specifically entrees, because I consider burritos to be in the entree category, which is different than just saying like top foods. Because then you could start throwing in like
True. French fries.
You could
and-
throw in French fries.
Yeah,
you
yep,
could throw in like caviar, something crazy. So we're
I guarantee nobody on this panel is eating caviar.
true, but there might be some fancy pantsies out there.
Maybe someone on the Carbless Talk and
Who
text
knows?
line loves caviar.
But yes,
Maybe.
guys, we're doing a Crush It or Can It, and I'm taking you through my power rankings of the top 5 entrees.
Perfect.
If it's yes, then crush it.
Those mountains are blue.
If it's a no, then can it.
Open's so good.
It gets me every time.
It's time for Crush It or Can It.
So, guys,
Wait, can I just pause? It gets me every single time because all I do is think about Ryan just sitting in like the producer's room, like by himself here, like at 8 o'clock at night. He's like, oh, the mountains are blue.
Yeah,
mountains are blue.
reminiscing.
I wasn't reminiscing; I was experiencing at the time.
At the
Actually,
time, wow.
That's how you get in character. It was method acting.
All right.
There you go.
Anyways, so this is Crush It or Can It, where if you like it, you say you're crushing it like a Coors Light, and if you're canning it, then you saying you don't like it, you're canning it like a skunk beer.
I know you're going to have one that I'm going to can because I already know what you're going to say for one of them.
Really?
Yes.
What do you think?
Salmon.
Okay, we'll see.
Salmon's good.
He's
I
a
love
big salmon
All
guy.
right, 1-1 in the power rankings, guys, and this is full stop, no question. If this is available at any given time, if we're like going out to eat as a family, or if I'm looking for new good food places in a new place, this is the first thing I look for every time. Especially if I'm in a coastal city, I'm going there as soon as I can. I'm getting sushi. Sushi is the #1 entree I can ever imagine, ever want.
Wait, you're going
What?
1 to 5? Why aren't you going 5 to 1? Build up the suspense, my guy.
I don't know because well, let's just say burritos are coming soon, so I'm going the other way. I'm going #1. All right,
Love
I'm
when
excited.
burritos come soon.
I'm excited because sushi is #1. Guys, you crush it or can it?
Can it? Can it? Sushi?
Sushi.
Out of anything
Yes.
you could possibly
Legit,
choose.
100%.
Sushi?
You're
Yes.
such a big fish guy. Like, Okay, so what kind of sushi? What kind of sushi are you into?
What's my go-to?
Because I'm more of like a California roll girl.
California roll is just it's a little too basic.
Exactly, because there's like not real fish in it.
Exactly, and there's really nothing in it. It's just like avocado and a little bit of shrimp.
Exactly.
Usually.
So what is yours?
That's a vessel for soy sauce. That's not actually sushi.
Perfect.
All right.
Give it to me.
Shrimp tempura, like a Godzilla roll is always good if it's ever available. Any
Godzilla
sort
What
of
the heck is a
monster
Godzilla roll?
I'm looking
or
it
a
up
monster
right now.
roll.
They're just giant sushi rolls typically. They're usually
Okay.
It's a
There's
lot
usually
of
some
fish.
sort of tempura. There's usually imitation crab.
Tempura is good. Imitation crab is good.
A lot of avocado typically, and then there's usually eel sauce
There's a
on it
lot
too.
Oh.
No, amazing.
See, okay, so it's the name that freaks me out because
The
does
names
it
are
actually
gross.
come from eel?
I don't think so. I've never
like-
looked into
is it like
I've never
oyster
wanted
sauce?
to know.
I don't know.
I don't know what oyster sauce is. I'll be honest.
Probably
sauce.
similar. Not sure to be honest. I've used it in some of my Asian cuisine I've whipped up.
Oh, okay.
But-
So
Oh,
I feel a lot
so
better about
Asian
eel
cuisine.
sauce now because it legitimately has grossed me out. If, like my husband, if we're ever, because like if you go to like the grocery store or something and then they have like the fresh sushi that you can buy.
Yep.
He'll
Not
put
the
like
freshest sushi, by the
no,
way, at the
I
grocery
know.
store.
He'll put like eel sauce on it or whatever, and I'm like, ew, that's disgusting. Like that's sauce that came from an eel. But now that I'm looking it up, it's a thick, syrupy, sweet and savory glaze, primarily made by simmering soy sauce, mirin, and sugar.
I think
Oh,
it's
that
probably
So it
doesn't
does
sound bad
not
at all.
contain eel.
It's just used on eel, I imagine, is what it
Ah,
was. If I had to
interesting.
guess. I never looked into it because I never wanted to know personally. I just
Well,
knew
there
it
you
was
go.
amazing.
Now you know
So,
it's
yeah.
just like soy sauce and sugar.
And I know both of your palates are very unsophisticated because neither of you like sushi. All right, then we'll go to number 2, guys. This is because it is the holiday. Burritos are number 2 entree for me.
I love a burrito.
If a burrito, once again, if it's available and there's multiple options, and if sushi's not on the table, I'm almost always gonna say, let's get burritos.
What?
Okay, so I will get a burrito if I'm at a Mexican restaurant. Like, I'm not going to go to, I don't know, I'm not going to go to North and South, and if they have a burrito, I'm not going to go get a
I would
burrito.
consider it like a Southwest burrito. If you got like
I mean,
some sort of
sure.
you got some sort of pork, and it would be a little different there. That'd probably be more in the wrap category, to be honest.
Right.
But I think if you got like a barbecue burrito, that would be amazing.
It'd probably be good, but
See, this is what I even did when I went to AmFam Field. First game of
yeah,
the
but you
season.
said that was a gross
Brewers.
burrito.
It wasn't the best one, but I knew as soon as I knew it was available. I've been thinking about it since last Brewer season when they first rolled this out
Okay.
at AmFam, and I was like, I want to get the burrito at some point.
My go-to meal at a Mexican restaurant used to be a bean and cheese burrito, enchilada style. Go, so good.
Just bean and
That-
cheese.
It was
Sounds
so
so
good.
bad.
No, so good.
See, that's not enough. I feel like if you're getting burrito, there has to be rice. There has to be rice.
But
there
like
has
then
to
you
be
get the rice on
avocado.
the side and all the stuff. So like, ooh, so
Yeah,
good.
on the side. And enchilada style means you're just putting like the
Enchilada sauce on it.
enchilada sauce on top.
So good.
See, that's pretty messy. That's where it gets into the messy.
Well, that's where you got to use the fork. That's not a handheld burrito by any means.
It's fair.
That
We know
sounds
Riley's
awful. Then
fully
just
out
get an
on that.
enchilada. Why not
That's-
just get an enchilada
Because
then?
the
point.
burrito is fat and juicy and good, and that's what I want.
Ashton Rotman 9440 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Wonder
is
who,
asking-
who could this be?
Hey, why
could
didn't
that
he change
be?
his YouTube name to Big Papa?
That's a good point. He really should.
Big Papa 608.
was
You're
very
in
much
608
involved with Big
now.
Papa.
He asks, "Is sushi a burrito?" Question mark.
Maybe a little fish burrito.
I guess if you had a
potentially.
sushi-
Fish burrito.
If you had a sushi roll and you didn't like actually slice it into the individual rolls, then yes. But I don't know who would ever eat it that way.
Yeah,
or
just
why.
a whole giant sushi roll.
Yeah.
Potentially, I could see that. There's an argument there, but hold on.
Sushi's kind of like an inverted burrito, actually, now that I think about it. Because it's like a seaweed wrap with rice around it, whereas a burrito is a wrap with rice
Yeah.
inside of it and the rest of the ingredients.
True.
Okay, but Ryan, there's something you said earlier that I have to go back to. You were at a ballpark. You were
Yes.
at American Family Field,
Yes,
and
I
your
was.
first instinct is, I want a burrito?
Yes.
That's a
For
great call out,
food,
Riley.
When burritos are there, they are almost always good. And this one had only good reviews. Jesse Nelson even was on the show with us, I think on Tuesday or Monday, saying that he got the burrito there too last year, and it was great. The one I got, maybe I just went up too late in the game. Like it was like the
Yeah, it'd
fifth
been
or
sitting
sixth
for a
inning.
while.
I think that's what happened. It had just kind of been sitting there, and it was a little kind of like soggy. It just
With
it
your
didn't,
hands,
it didn't pop.
show us how big this burrito at AmFam Field was.
So if you're looking on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, you can see me right now. I would say it was about that long.
How thick?
What was the thickness?
It was a full
The
diameter.
density.
It was a full
The girth.
diameter. It was a two-hander for sure.
Okay, all
It was
right.
definitely a two-hander. It was cut in the middle as well. Very classy burrito.
See, I don't like it when they cut it in half. I mean, like
Really?
a wrap, like okay, vintage, right? I just got vintage for lunch today. I got the chicken bacon ranch wrap.
Delicious.
When you cut that in half, perfectly fine because it's a wrap. But if it's a burrito, you can't be cutting it in half.
Then it
Now I
just
get
all
it, you're-
spills out everywhere
Exactly.
and
Well,
you
it
can't eat it.
but it depends because I've had burritos from certain like taquerias, like local Mexican places, where like you have to cut it in half because it's just too big.
It's massive.
Yes, and if you try to like pick it up all in one and eat it that way, like it's just
Okay.
it's probably
Like
gonna
it
fall
depends on
apart.
what's inside.
Man, it
Yes, it
sounds like
does.
you guys are describing a lot of problems with burritos.
And they're
that
worth
exist.
it. It's worth it, Riley. It's always worth it.
No, it is
And you know
not.
when it's even more worth it? You know when it's even more worth it is in the mornings. Because number 3 on my power
breakfast
rankings,
burritos.
breakfast burritos.
Okay, now I love a good
But
breakfast
that's not an
burrito.
entree. What are
Yes,
you
it
talking
is.
about?
It's a breakfast entree.
Do you consider entrees only dinner or breakfast?
No, entree. You can have an entree for breakfast. Like
Yeah.
if you go to a diner and you get pancakes, eggs, and bacon, that's your entree. That's a meal.
Yeah.
You get a.
Well, the bacon's more
You
the
get a
side.
skillet. Yeah. That's fair. Like the pancakes are the entree,
The
eggs and
omelet
bacon
would,
are
the omelet's the entree.
Yeah,
if you want
omelet's
to
an
be
entree.
Here's the
Your
thing, I'm
skillet's an entree.
I don't think I'm really getting a burrito for like a breakfast burrito if I'm going to a restaurant.
And how does
Oh,
that
really?
not fall into the burrito category?
Because it's a little
Exactly.
different. Because it's
He's full of it. He just
because-
can't think of another food.
Because think about
loves
it.
burritos.
Think about it. If only breakfast burritos were available somewhere, would you have the same decision-making process as normal burritos?
That's fair. I would honestly
I
be more
consider them to be
apt to
separate.
buy a breakfast burrito than a regular burrito.
It's like the animal kingdom. Like they're in the same like species
genus.
but different genus.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I'm separating them in my mind. All right, and then number 5 got, or actually
number
sorry.
4, right?
Number 4, yes, because I actually had this at number 5, but then I moved it up above
Whoa.
number 4. I had a last minute change. Lobster and shrimp.
Yes.
Lobster and shrimp
Extra,
from a
crush it,
really good
crush it,
seafood
crush
restaurant.
it.
Yes.
That should be
Can
way
it.
higher.
Disgusting.
Way higher on the list.
How
Lobster
freaking
phenomenal.
bougie are
Shrimp
you,
phenomenal.
dude? You get bougie sushi,
Look,
and
I'm
now you're
saying-
getting lobster and shrimp. Like, jeez.
Look, if I'm going out to eat and if I want it to be really good,
Where
I'm
are
gonna
you
spend
getting?
top
No, I
dollar.
get it. We don't like. Just where are you getting lobster and shrimp though?
This is if I'm going to like a really nice sit-down restaurant with like family or friends, or if I ever were to go on a date. This would be
Damn.
the type of place I would go to. I don't know if I
Okay.
would name any specific institutions.
This might be why you're single.
That could be part of it.
You bring
Because of
somebody to go
lobster
get
and
like
shrimp?
seafood.
Yes, seafood is classy.
The smell, just everything about it. You
Nah,
leave and you
seafood,
both smell
I'm
like
on your
fish.
side, Ryan. Seafood
You
rocks.
leave and you smell like fish.
What? Okay, no, lobster and shrimp
Don't
don't have
smell
a
like
weird
fish.
fish smell.
The
especially
entire restaurant does.
No,
It seeps into your clothes.
if you're getting like grilled, like
What?
If you're getting like grilled shrimp, that does not have like a bad smell.
Ugh, yeah, it does. Any fish does.
Okay, well your nose is like so like
Maybe, yeah, you
sensitive
just
to
have a
fish.
sensitive
It really is.
olfactory system.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Okay.
See, steak and shrimp.
Steak
know.
and
A little
shrimp is
surf
elite.
and turf.
I agree.
That's right up there for me. Go to Texas Roadhouse, get a little steak and shrimp.
Yes, I agree.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yes, he's right.
It's awesome. It's
Texas
so
Ro-
good.
with the buns and
Yeah,
the.
but
But if you want a
Shrimp
really
on
good
the
steak, go
rolls?
to our friends at Ruth's Chris, you guys. You can go get a massive steak
I'm not
there.
saying it's
steak
better.
and shrimp there is elite.
That's the thing. I
Even
haven't
better.
been to Ruth's Chris. I need to go and get their steak and shrimp.
You do.
That
You
should
got to
be the
come
next
out
thing
for
we
the
do.
Barry Alvarez show
I know.
next season.
I'm producing the show. I never
Oh,
get
yeah.
to go.
I
That
forgot
is
about
tough.
that.
That is tough, Riley.
Yeah.
Steak and
Maybe
yes.
next year I'll
I
get
would
to
say I go more with the lobster and shrimp though, because lobster is like kind of more of a rare item, and when it's available, I want to try it. But I'm only doing that if it is a really nice restaurant. Like I'm not just gonna get like lobster from like.
Yeah, some imitation lobster.
Yeah, I'm not
somewhere.
gonna get like fast food lobster. There are fast food seafood places. I've never once thought about
No.
stopping at.
I don't
No,
think
no,
many of those
no.
places exist
No,
anymore.
for a reason. For a very good reason.
I mean, shocking. Nobody wants like fried fish that's probably 3
That-
days old and hush puppies.
I'm also not a huge
Hush
fried fish
puppies,
person.
though. Hush puppies are awesome.
Hush puppies are
North
good.
and South got some amazing
Do they?
hush
I've never
puppies.
had
I
those.
believe
You
that.
got to try their hush puppies.
Yes.
I
Okay.
love hush
The
puppies.
Good to know.
cornbread there is elite. I can only
Their
imagine.
cornbread
what
is
the-
I
good.
honestly
Hush
think I
puppies are
prefer
like.
the hush puppies to the
Okay.
cornbread at North and South.
I didn't even know they had hush puppies. I got to get that next
Next
time I
time,
go.
next time we get it for the office, we should get hush puppies too.
Okay.
That's a good call. All right, and then guys, number 5 on my list. This was initially number 4, but this is a food item that I've brought up before on the show. Bit of a controversy
Oh, boy.
around me and this food item.
Salmon.
Not salmon.
Oh,
Chicken wings.
chicken wings! Crush it, crush it. Chicken wings are awesome.
See, so that's funny because chicken wings used to be a side, like to me.
A side?
Yeah, so like
For
my
what?
family would go to like, you know, the Buffalo of wing places.
Yeah.
We used to go there and like
For the side?
like we would get that as like an appetizer for our family to eat together. So
Oh,
like
sure. Yeah, you
if
could do that.
If you didn't like buffalo hot sauce or like medium or mild, whatever it was that like my dad wanted, like
Yep.
you didn't eat chicken wings. Like I had never tried
Interesting.
like other sauces. Maybe
Really?
maybe barbecue. Otherwise, I had never really tried other sauces until I met my husband, and he got me like onto Parmesan garlic from
The
there.
best.
So
The best.
good.
Parmesan garlic dry rub is my go-to chicken
Ooh,
wing.
dry rub? I don't know how I feel about dry
I
rub.
love
but,
dry rubs.
But yeah,
prefer
so like
the
that used to be a
sauce.
side to me or like an appetizer.
Then what
and
would
now
you
it's like a
get
full
at-
on like meal. Well,
At the restaurant, what would you get if you had wings
like,
as the
you
appetizer?
get burgers or wraps or whatever, salad. Yeah,
Huh.
like we would all get our own different things. I don't know. It's weird now that I think. But like then our kids like all eat wings as a meal. Like I go
Yes.
home and because we buy like the big party packs of wings now from like Costco and stuff, you know?
Those are great.
And we'll just like make those for dinner. It's like, cool, we'll have this and like a side salad or something.
And
Like, that's
wait,
it.
those ones from Costco, are those like the bone-in or
Bone in,
traditional?
100%.
No, boneless. Boneless is the way to
No.
go.
See, no, but
Those are chicken
that's the thing.
nuggets.
Riley's
That's
not
what
eating real
everyone
chicken
says.
wings.
They are real chicken. You got to get the right boneless wings. Then it's real chicken. It's like chicken breast meat. It's fantastic. You get more meat, and you don't have to deal with all the grizzle. Will I admit that?
Grizzle?
Yeah, the muscle, the extra fat.
Oh,
and
see,
muscle
that's why
on
I
the
don't
wing.
eat the drummies. I only eat the flats.
Okay,
You
flats
seem
are-
like a flats guy.
Flats are definitely better than
Thank
the
you.
drumsticks. And I
That
will
is correct,
say
yeah.
it's a
It's
more
more work.
interactive consumption experience when you're eating the bone-in
You
wings.
see what it is, Molly? Riley doesn't like to work for his food. He doesn't work for his food with
We
the
just-
burritos.
Wait, no, because he likes lobster. You have to work for your food
Yeah.
when it comes to lobster.
And I've had
true.
crab.
you got
I
to use
love
that little
crab.
teeny tiny fork, all the things.
That is a pain. That is
Not into it.
Cracking
Do you know
open
how?
the crab.
Do you know why Ryan said it's a controversy of how he eats his chicken though? Do you know how he eats his chicken?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
No, how do you eat
Tell
your
him.
chicken wings?
I used to eat them with a fork and knife.
Used to.
Wait.
You don't anymore.
You ate bone-in wings with a fork and knife?
So I wouldn't say I necessarily ate them with a fork and knife, but I would like debone them with the fork and knife.
What?
Yeah. Because the thing is when
Because
you're
he's psychotic. That's
because
why.
like when you're eating a flat, you want to try and get as much of the flat out of the wing so that
Yes.
you can put it in the ranch or blue cheese, whatever you're using to eat them with, right?
Yeah,
I
you know.
assume that's how you eat your wings.
Yes, you know how you avoid this problem?
How?
You get boneless wings.
No, because that's not a real. Those are chicken
then you
nuggets,
get
like
then
Molly
you get
said.
more protein. You get your
No,
macros.
you don't. You're not
yeah,
getting
you
more
do.
protein from
yes,
boneless
you
chicken.
do.
There's
Get your
no way.
macros.
There is no
Yeah.
way you're getting more
Actually,
protein.
I believe the chicken wings have like a pretty high fat content though.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
they?
they do. Yeah,
For
all that.
skin?
Chicken wings like aren't like good for you. Don't get me wrong.
There's
They're-
definitely more meat in boneless ones. Though,
Yes,
for sure.
100%.
Because you're just
Yeah, but-
eating a nugget of
But
chicken.
here's the thing. I don't think that's real. That's not real
chunk.
meat at the end of the day. That's
Yes,
like
it is.
That's like whatever they make like the
Maybe
paste
not
that
at the
McDonald's.
fast
I was
food.
gonna
Yeah,
say
the
if you
pink-
watch Super Size Me, then
Yeah,
you know how
exactly.
they make chicken nuggets there.
No, so the way I eat it was with the flats. I have a fork and I just kind of like push. Yeah, I try to like get all of the
No,
meat
he
off
literally
the bone.
takes the fork and goes.
Yeah,
down
slide
the
it.
bone.
So then
No,
that way,
that's it.
so then
He's
that
psychotic.
Because then that way you have your sauce and you can dunk it in and get maximum surface area when you make the dunk.
And then do you like?
And then you kind of just like lollipop it off. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
That's
just
the
do
best way to eat
You
wings.
can just do that with it on the bone. Just dunk it in the sauce. Then
Yeah, but then like you're saying, you have to like try and like you have to like do it with your teeth, and then you just start to feel like a caveman. Because then you're just gnawing on a bone,
But
and just trying
see-
to get as much of the
But
meat
that's
off
part
as
of the
possible.
experience of bone-in wings.
Okay, well, I
That's
think
part of the joy.
I think I'm now figuring out why you don't like bone-in wings, because that part of it isn't fun. Like that is actually just kind of the messy, gross part of bone-in chicken wings.
Yeah, I prefer just eating the chicken.
But if you use advancements in our society, forks and knives, that being, you can actually like get the meat off in the first place and then just eat it in a very civilized manner, like I do.
Or you just eat a boneless wing. You get boneless wings if you want to do that,
okay.
and then you get bone-in wings if
It's-
you want the experience of gnawing on the bone.
That's the same conversation to me as the burritos versus breakfast burritos. Boneless chicken wings and traditional chicken wings are like same genus,
Two
different
different
species.
categories.
Yes, because one is chicken nuggets, then the other one is
not chicken
actual
nuggets.
chicken wings.
Admin Moho says, no beans in my burritos, but love them. I go to the taco truck on the
Really?
second level, LF Concourse. Very
Okay,
specific.
very valid for not getting beans in the burrito.
Really?
Am fam, 2 steak tacos is what he gets there.
So
Honestly, I think
that's the
that
one I
might
got.
be my biggest issue with burritos is way too many beans. Always.
You
They
can-
overflow them with beans.
That
And it's
is-
like I want more
'cause beans
of
are
the
cheap.
meat and all the other stuff in there, not and the rice. Not
if you're
the
getting a
beans.
good burrito, yes, you're right. You can't just get like a ton of beans and rice and then like a little bit of meat
Mm-hmm.
on top. Yes, I will give you that. Where if you're not going to the right place and you get a burrito, you can come away very dissatisfied because then it's just like, yeah, I just ate like a bowl of rice like in a wrap. Like that is not great.
Mitch in Stoughton says, bone-in everything equals more flavor. Bone-in wings,
100%.
only way to go. While Rippin' Rona says, show is off the rails. Where's Jim? Jim is in Florida. Thank you very
Spring break.
much. We appreciate you too, Rippin' Rona. I want to tell you about my friends over at Carbon World Health. Their brand new med spa in Sun Prairie is great. So whether you're ready to refresh your skin, relax with a hydrofacial like I do, or try the latest in body contouring, the experts at Carbon, they have you covered. I've seen the results and they're absolutely incredible. You can book your visit today at carbonworldhealth.com and experience the new standard of self-care at Carbon World Health in Sun Prairie. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
To Jim, Matt, and Molly, featuring 2026 curling national champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Legacy? Yuengling, 197 years family owned. That's elite. But legends evolve. Meet Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and it actually tastes like beer. Crisp, clean, goes the distance. No regret in a can here. Your beer should keep up with you. Flight's putting up MVP numbers in the light beer game. The other guys on the bench. Wisconsin, level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honey's. Make your Easter celebration one to remember and spring into this holiday season at Buckin' Honey's. Their award-winning restaurant offering seasonal dishes, handcrafted cocktails, and exceptional service. As you gather with loved ones this spring, don't forget to plan ahead for Mother's Day. Treat mom to an unforgettable meal in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Celebrate great food and great company this Easter and Mother's Day. Make your reservation today at their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. We'll see you at Buckin' Honey's.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 2 locations right here in Madison. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength equipment, ellipticals, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. And with white glove delivery and installation, plus flexible financing options, you can build your home gym with confidence. Visit one of their stores today or online at johnsonfitness.com.
Game day in my house is everything. I get out of class, I grab my gear, and get to the game because I can't wait. And my dad, he does the same thing. He's an official here in Wisconsin. He makes the tough calls, stays cool under pressure, and knows ball like nobody else. I want to be just like him. You can too. Sign up at highschoolofficials.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Are we allowed to play this?
As long as I know, there's no royalties on this music. So yes, breakfast burrito is free for all.
Wait, this is from the royalty-free music that we have for YouTube?
No, but it's on YouTube, but it does not look like it's royalty licensed music.
If
so
this
we're
is
good.
licensed, there may be bigger issues.
I can't wait for us to get taken off of YouTube because of a
played
burrito
breakfast
song.
burrito.
This specifically breakfast burritos?
Very specifically breakfast burritos, yes.
Okay, you're bumping back there, aren't you?
It's a catchy song. Almost as good as breakfast burritos.
This reminds me of that hamster song.
Yeah, like Gummy Bear.
Yeah, my kid listens to that all the time.
Yeah, I'm a Gummy Bear. I remember that was popular when I was growing up.
Oh, I thought that was like a recent song. I have no idea.
No, that was, I remember when I was a kid, I think that was when the I'm a Gummy Bear song came out.
Interesting.
Wild.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I'm Molly Brown alongside Riley Yauk and Primetime Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. If you're wondering why we're playing a burrito song, it is because it is National Burrito Day, and Ryan just gave us his top 5 foods, entrees, whatever. Honestly, terrible list if we're being honest.
Yeah. I like the lobster and shrimp and chicken wings. I could get behind those.
If you missed any of that conversation, you can listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app, or you can watch us back on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Also, chime in on the Carbos Talk and text line. List is more 844-770-3776. What are your top 5 entrees? With it being National Burrito Day, we were just talking. Riley hates burritos for what it's all worth.
Yeah, I'm not a big burrito guy.
But pivoting off the burrito conversation, but you can still chime in with those. I'll read those. Want to get into some ed policy stuff. So earlier this week, owners and presidents, whatever he is, were at the owners' meetings in Arizona for the NFL. And some of the comments that ed policy had to say didn't make fans very happy. I mean, most notably the one that he said that Matt LaFleur's job was basically safe even before the playoff loss to the Chicago Bears. What were some other ones that he said? He said, goodness gracious, I'm trying to think of other ones. I was thinking of Matt LaFleur.
Well, even this offseason, he mentioned in an article with, I believe, his Front Office Sports that the team might have to start looking at other revenue sources. Yeah. Brought up the idea that they would not be looking to sell stadium naming rights for Lambeau Field, but also realizing that by doing that, he's floating out the testing balloon to see how fans would react, so then he wouldn't be shocked when all of them came back and said that would be terrible for Lambeau to be named after a corporation.
Yes.
Yeah. But then he also said that he is open to renaming pretty much everything else surrounding
any
Lambeau
other
Field.
physical asset in Green Bay.
Practice facility, title town, et cetera, et cetera. And I think Jason broke the news on Wilde and Tausch this morning. At least one of the practice facilities has some corporate sponsor on it now.
Oh, who is it? Do we know?
I don't remember hearing
And which
that.
practice facility? Is Don Hudson Center?
It wasn't the Hudson Center.
Is it the field?
It was one of the. It was the field that Jesse attempted the field goal.
Oh, me and Jesse did that together.
That's part of the title town.
Yeah, part of the title town.
That would definitely make sense to have some sort of corporate sponsor.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
I didn't know the name of the brand. It was some random name.
I mean, even their that like playground that they have should honestly have a name on it, if we're being honest.
The Don Hudson Center should be brought to you by
like Bellin Health or something. Like, who cares?
I mean, half the gates at Lambeau Field are brought to you by...
Yes, there's the Invisalign one. There's Associated Bank. Like, there's literally
the
brands all over.
Family Insurance, Don Hudson Center.
AmFam's name is all over Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. So with that, it got me thinking, like, is ed policy really doing more harm than he is good when it comes to, I don't know, opening his mouth? Maybe that sounds a bit aggressive, but I know, like, I talked about it earlier this week, and I know that the clip got posted on our social medias, but it just feels like the things he says don't need to be said. Like, I go back to, we wouldn't be talking about Matt LaFleur and his contract and Brian Gutekunst and his contract so much this past season if it wasn't for ed policy. Like, ed policy is the one that brought it to our attention by saying, I don't want lame duck years. I don't want, or basically nobody's spot is guaranteed here. And then what does that make us all do? That makes us all speculate, like, oh God, is Matt LaFleur going to get fired? Is he on the hot seat? Is Brian Gutekunst on the hot seat? Like, is that what made Brian Gutekunst then go get Micah Parsons? Like, it just is starting to feel like, why are you saying things, ed policy? Because it's just not really making it look too good.
Yeah, I would hope that when he says these things, he's already talked with Matt LaFleur and talked with Brian Gutekunst about his philosophy and where he stands on certain issues. Like, I hoped and would assume that heading into the season, Matt LaFleur knew, unless he did an absolutely abysmal job and they missed the playoffs and looked awful, that his job was probably safe. I would assume that. But I don't have an issue with it. Ultimately, I think, one, it gives us good fodder to discuss.
For sure.
And two, ultimately, if you're the team president or the de facto owner for the Green Bay Packers, I only care about really two things. One, that you put the Packers in the best position to succeed on the field, and that you make sure the Packers never leave Green Bay. You make money. So as long as he's doing those two things, I don't really care what he says.
So, for what it's worth, I don't think the Packers are ever leaving Green Bay. Like, I don't think we're in the times of Bob Harlan needing to save the team and all that. I think the Packers are too much of a cornerstone of the NFL, and they bring in way too much. Like, I know they're not a Dallas Cowboys bringing in that kind of money, but they're bringing in a lot of money. They are a legend of the NFL. Like, I don't have any fears about that, but needing to make money for sure. Obviously, all the things that we're talking about, selling different portions of Lambeau and Titletown and all the different things. But when it comes to, like, putting out the best product on the field, like you're saying, though, like, maybe him saying lame duck year and Matt LaFleur basically being on the hot seat, maybe that put pressure on Matt LaFleur and that caused him to make certain coaching decisions in a negative way. Like,
possible.
That's kind of where my mind went this season, where I was just like, well, what if Matt LaFleur isn't somebody that responds well by being told, like, you're at risk here, and it causes him to then panic, so then he then takes the ball out of, just for example, he takes the ball out of Jordan Love's hands. He only throws it to, I don't know, Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft. Like, what if it changes his coaching style and his decisions that he's making because he's nervous about getting fired? And he's thinking, I just need to survive.
Well, we've seen Matt LaFleur struggle when the pressure's on, or at least Matt LaFleur's teams struggle when the lights are the brightest, so which is highly unfortunate. But ultimately, I don't think you can put that on Ed Policy. That's Matt LaFleur. It's your job as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers to be like, okay, if Ed Policy doesn't do lame duck years for head coaches, I got to make sure I put a damn good product out on the field.
Or a good enough product.
And make sure.
Maybe not a damn good product, maybe a good enough.
If that's his mentality, I don't want him coaching the Green Bay Packers. I don't want him coaching anything. If his mentality is just, I want to save my job. I want to put something good enough out there.
But it did save his job because Ed Policy had it in his mind that he was going to bring Matt LaFleur back before the Bears game was even done, before that game even started against the Packers, or in the playoffs. Like, his mind was already made up. So what if he told him, you just make the playoffs, you're fine. It's not a lame duck year.
Did you guys feel like Matt LaFleur was coaching any differently last year than we've seen him coach in years past?
Didn't it feel like there were times? I mean, he was literally on the sideline, not even watching the game at one point because he was so stressed out with what was going on that he was looking at a tablet on the sidelines.
But do you think that was the stress from Ed Policy saying that his
I
job
don't
was
know.
on?
I doubt he's thinking about
I'm
Ed Policy
speculating,
in the
but
middle
also
of the game.
I think last year he was dealing with a lot more stressors from the lack of certainty along the offensive line, and then after losing Tucker Kraft, figuring out who the go-to weapon would be until Christian Watson arose as like a true number one receiver for the team down the stretch.
I mean, there's also the stress of needing to make sure that Jordan Love is a good product on the field, too.
And I think Jordan Love lived up to that this year. That was honestly, Jordan Love was probably one of the few certainties he could rely on. Now, the thing that stinks is that it felt like he didn't rely on him enough. He probably should have put the ball in his hand more like he did at the end of that Cardinals game, where then he finally had the opportunity to. Jordan Love walks up to him and tells him, hey, give me the ball in this moment. It's 4th and 3. We're going to pick it up if you give me the chance. And they did. I mean, it feels like he's always struggled to give up control in those situations. And it feels like until he starts to do that, maybe to like an assistant coach who should be calling plays, or maybe to an Adam Stenavich who we still don't know what he does. Maybe having somebody like that to help him out would help relieve some of those things. But personally, I don't think he was coaching any differently than he has in years past. But I think some of those pressure situations like you're talking about, and then also feeling the need to control every part of the offense, is probably weighing him down most of the time, and that's probably the reason he feels so tight in a lot of the situations.
So I want to ask Society Unlimited poll question based on this and based on Ed Policy's comments this week, because it really got me thinking. Who would you rather have right now? Ed Policy or Mark Murphy? Or who do you like better? Which one do we like? For a question.
Well,
who do you like better?
Yeah, I guess who do you like better? I mean, we know Mark Murphy is a character. Like, I kind of miss Mark Murphy and some of his old
Mark
sayings.
Murphy, the thing with
Love
him
the
is like
goofiness of Mark Murphy.
Yes, he was goofy and like we met him last year at the Packers tailgate tour or whatever that was called, and he was very nice. But he's a goofy guy. Like there's the complicated fella. There's the goofy laugh. There's the was the complicated fella thing at the WIA girls basketball tournament?
I believe that was talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, talking about Aaron. It was definitely about Aaron Rodgers.
Saga. And then he was also talking about
we got to get the Chippewa Falls.
Like he's kind of like that dorky grandpa that like you just don't know what's going to come out of his mouth next. So it's like I like that, but also at the same time, you're the president of the Green Bay Packers. Like you kind of can't be the goofy grandpa. But then Ed Policy, I'm kind of like, you might be doing more harm for this team than good. But like, I'm supposed to take you seriously.
He's got a shorter track record, which is what makes it tough, I feel like. I mean, we've only known him for a year, really, as
a very
president.
small sample size of Ed Policy. But my initial reaction are, I feel like I'd much rather hang out with the person Mark Murphy than Ed Policy. I'd rather grab a Coors Light with Mark Murphy, but I'd rather have Ed Policy manning the helm of the Green Bay Packers organization.
Okay, so we'll workshop that question in the break.
I kind of like who do you like more?
Who do you like more? Okay.
Who do you like more as Packers president?
There we go. I think that adding the caveat as Packers president, because I think through the first, has it been a year yet?
Almost.
Yeah.
July?
I think it was July.
Almost a
July
year?
took over.
Okay.
It feels like longer than that. To
It
be
does.
honest. Because we've
talked about him so much.
Exactly. Because I think we first found out that he would be taking over around this time last year.
I feel like that too, yeah.
Yeah, because that's when we learned for sure that Mark Murphy would. We also knew Mark Murphy would be stepping down because of the age limit with the president position.
Yeah.
So it was more so just wondering who the next president would be, and I'm pretty sure they pretty quickly announced that it was going to be Ed Policy.
Handpicked successor. Yeah. So far, I'd prefer Ed Policy as the president of the Green Bay Packers to Mark Murphy.
All right, so that's our Siding Unlimited poll question. Who do you like more as Packers president, Ed Policy or Mark Murphy? You can chime in on the Carbos Talking text line, 844-770-3776. We'll dive into that more next, but first I want to tell you about my friends over at Zoa Energy, and if you're looking for an energy drink that actually supports your wellness goals, Zoa Energy is your answer. It's packed with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for a clean focus boost without those jitters. It's also vegan, gluten-free, and it comes in a variety of bold flavors. Head over to zoaenergy.com to find where you can pick some up for yourself. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors
You're
Light.
listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, a WBA award finalist for Wisconsin's best radio show.
It's good for your TikTok, though. The ladies love Jim Rutledge on TikTok.
Yeah, what are your what are your numbers on TikTok, Jim?
It's like
50 plus.
Yeah.
50 to 65.
80%, 50 to 65, yeah.
I'm huge in retirement homes.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Dive In, Caribou Tavern, the Nitty Gritty in Middleton, and Wilson's Bar and Grill.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Trent here from Canopy Wealth Management. We're often asked, when's the right time to work with a financial advisor? The answer is always simple, now. Whether you're building wealth, nearing retirement, or already retired, the Canopy team can help you gain clarity around your goals, resources, and path to financial independence. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The sound of summaries on ESPN Madison.
And a swing and a miss. Would you like fries with that?
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Out of here!
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Watching it sail. It's a grand slam.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management and the Metro family of auto dealers. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, featuring 2026 curling national champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Moho says burgers need to be mentioned. Honestly, Ryan, I can't believe you didn't mention that on your list.
Burgers not make the list?
Burgers.
You're not a burger guy?
I'm honestly not. Do I look like a burger guy?
You look like a salmon burger guy.
I love a salmon. Honestly, a salmon burger is delicious.
And do you know the only reason I know that this exists is because I bought them because my husband wanted to start eating those instead of burgers.
The ones at Costco?
Yeah,
I haven't gotten those. I don't
He
like.
likes them. He said they're good.
I don't like the idea of frozen or reheated salmon.
Oh my God, you're so bougie.
Okay, well,
you gotta get the Trader Joe's. The
what
fresh
tax bracket is Ryan in? Because I need to be living in it. My God.
Because that's the thing is I don't really eat salmon unless I'm going out to a restaurant or buying or getting it honestly made for me at by someone else. If it's I'm going home for the weekend, I'm going home for Easter this weekend.
And you're gonna have salmon.
I'll probably have
not a honey ham.
Well, we'll have honey ham on
yum,
Sunday, but on Saturday night we might have salmon or something like that.
Okay.
I just like fresh fish. Fresh fish is good,
Fresh
and I only
fish
like
is
it.
really good.
I like
I
it
agree.
when it's fresh. So
But you live in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I guess salmon comes from Lake Michigan.
does,
Do you get it from there?
Well, I don't personally come
have
get
you
it
ever-
myself, but
One time, me and my buddy in middle school went up with our dads on a fishing trip. We went to Algoma, Wisconsin, kind of near Green Bay, near the corner.
Wait, Algoma?
Yep, right near Dork. It's at the entrance of Dork County. Then we went on Lake Michigan, did this little fishing excursion. My friend caught a king salmon in Lake Michigan, and I caught a rainbow trout.
Okay.
And they flayed them up for us, and we cooked them at home. My dad grilled them. It was the best salmon trout. It was the best fish I have ever eaten in my life.
Sounds
Fresh.
amazing.
It was so good.
Okay, so that makes me
so good.
Okay, so if you guys ever go to Sheboygan, do you guys ever go to Sheboygan?
I can't say I go to Sheboygan.
Okay, literally one of my favorite places in Wisconsin.
It's cool.
I haven't been to Door
Freshwater
County
surfing.
or much of
You know
that.
what came up on Williams House during Trivia today?
What?
They were doing Wisconsin Trivia Wednesday on a Thursday for some reason. They brought up Blue Harbor, the resort, and it brought back a flood of memories for me as a child.
Okay, so I was actually looking at that place, but it's so expensive.
Is it really?
To go during peak season, it's $400 a night. It's
Okay.
insane. But apparently, you can go during winter and it's a
That's
lot
what
cheaper. But
my family used to do giant family reunions there.
yeah, but who wants to go during winter? You want to go to the beach
Because it's cheap. That's
exactly,
why. That's the best part.
exactly. So yes, but Sheboygan, one of my favorite places. So I highly recommend you guys to go there. It's so fun.
Okay.
But where was I going with it? Oh, you can go on salmon charters, and when you're walking on the docks and that whole there's a whole walking area where there's shops and whatever on the water.
Yeah.
You'll see people come back with tons of fish.
Giant
Yeah, I'm
salmon
how
in
much
tow.
did you pay for this charter? But I've been I've looked at those because my husband loves to fish and do all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun for them and our older boys to go do. So.
Fresh salmon. I would recommend go to Algoma, Wisconsin. Go to Shanty Days. It's their festival that they have. Had a great time. Saw Rick Ferrari, great cover band, and then went fishing. Went
Cover
salmon
band of
fishing.
who? Who does Rick Ferrari
my
cover?
I don't know, random 80s rock or something along those lines. I can't remember.
This sounds
exactly.
like the quintessential dad and son weekend.
Yes, it was. It was awesome. Ate way too much funnel cake watching Rick Ferrari at Shanty Days in Algoma, Wisconsin. Then caught a couple fish the next day. It rocked.
All right, back to salmon burgers. For what it's worth, my husband does say that those salmon burgers are really good. So if you are tempted to try them, or I can bring you some because I have 2 packs of them at my house right now.
2 packs?
Yes,
That's a lot. I don't know.
A lot of salmon.
I just don't like frozen. I don't like frozen fish like that. I only eat frozen fish if it's a lightly breaded fish where I'm this.
Nice beer
this
batter.
feels like something you should be making out of the freezer. When it's just I don't
You're
know.
so bougie.
No, I know.
This is
I
the difference
know.
between you and my husband. Ready? So you won't eat anything frozen, not prepared fresh, not freshly caught from Lake Michigan.
When it comes to fish.
When it comes to fish.
Fish
My
specifically.
husband legit made one of the. We didn't really have any food because I needed to go grocery shopping, but we had those salmon burger patties, and he literally just cooked some of those in our little inside grill thing that we have, and then he threw it into tortilla. Like,
Nice.
that is how
That could be good.
non-bougie he is. No, he was trying to, like, have me eat, and I was like, that is disgusting. Like, I can't even sit by you.
But see, that's
Smells.
the thing is, I'll just do that with just like tons of chicken. I'll make a ton of frozen chicken, just keep it in my fridge for like a week and a half, and just like throw it into different things: salads, wraps, soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Extra protein for my soup, but yeah.
There you go. Sadler, the Pat McAfee show. Oh, Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both shows.
He's expanded his sphere of influence.
Good for you. Sadler's talked to Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen before I have. He says, I like wings bone in and boneless. I love Pizza Hut wings, honey barbecue.
Good call. Good call, Sadler.
Oh, he says that he makes his own in his air fryer and seasons them with lemon pepper. That sounds like something Ryan would like.
Lemon pepper is a great flavor for wings. It's a great call.
Keep texting in your different favorite entrees because it is National Burrito Day, 844-770-3776. That's your way into the show. And our Siding Unlimited poll question is, who do you like more as Packers president, Ed Policy or Mark Murphy? We'll dive into that more next. But first, we have to give away some High Life.
Yeah, we do. We need a caller. What do you guys want today?
Riley?
What number you want?
Let's see. It's April 2nd. 4 plus
National
2 is
Burrito Day.
6. National Burrito Day. That's what, 7 letters? Let's give her
7 letters.
Caller number 13. How about that, huh?
How did you count burrito that fast?
I didn't. It was a guess. Burrito.
Good
Bang!
job. All right, caller number 7 wins a case of High Life, 844-770-3776. Caller number 7 wins a case of High Life. This is Jim, Matt, Molly.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Is Wisconsin basketball blue blood? No. But are they a Cinderella mid-major type school? Absolutely not.
Wisconsin legend Frank Kaminsky on the state of the Badgers in a changing college basketball world. The former National Player of the Year on why Wisconsin shouldn't be seen as a Cinderella.
The Big Ten was a very, very good conference because you go into the tournament, you never know who's going to be the best conference. And Wisconsin was competitive with obviously the best programs in the country this year. So if you want to say it's like a Cinderella type situation, if they win a couple games in the tournament, I just think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you, or browse the vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Brewers baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate. With a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
The High Life Dive Bar giveaway is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
Shout out to Mitch and Stoughton for winning that case of High Life. Remember, every single Thursday we give away a case of High Life, and people love it. So shout out to Mitch. Congrats on winning it. So come pick it up, because otherwise Matt and Jim will drink it. Maybe Riley will too.
I'd have one.
This is Jim, Matt, Molly. We asked the question on our Twitter, on the ESPN Madison Twitter. Who have you liked more as Packers president / CEO? Why did we put / CEO? Who knows that he's a CEO?
Well, that's
we
what
call him
his title
Packers
is.
president.
I feel like most people say Packers
No.
president and CEO.
No.
I think I've only heard president.
Nobody
Okay.
says CEO.
Well, he's both. Okay. Well,
Well,
he's shared title.
Who have you liked more as Packers president / CEO? Ed Policy or Mark Murphy? That's our Siding Unlimited poll question. You can chime in on the Carpus Talking text line. List is more 844-770-3776. Bobby Long on Twitter replies. He says, it's been like 3 months. WTF kind of question is this?
He's a complicated fella.
Bobby.
While Little Frenchie says Bob Harlan. Which,
good answer.
Apparently they like green and gold.
just like Ted Thompson, everybody likes him more than Brian Gutekunst. Like, yes, we know.
Yep.
And then Chris from Manitowish Waters chimes in on the Carpus Talking text line. He says, I don't think that's the case with LaFleur, Molly. This is going back to our previous conversation when I said that, I don't know, maybe the pressure of the Ed Policy put on Matt LaFleur is what affected his coaching this season, potentially. He says, I think any NFL game, unless it's your first ever, every coach is on the hot seat unless you are Andy Reid. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett didn't even make it a full year, if I recall. That is also because Aaron Rodgers got him a job that he probably didn't deserve.
Nathaniel Hackett was kind of exposed pretty quickly as not head coach material.
Yes.
I do think, unlike some Packers fans, I do truly believe that Matt LaFleur is head coach material. I think he's a better offensive coordinator than he is a head coach, but I still think he's a good head coach.
And see, I don't think we've reached. I heard Josh DiMaggio say this when he filled in on Monday, correct? Tuesday. He said he thinks the Packers have reached their peak under Matt LaFleur.
He did say that.
I don't agree with that at all. I think Matt LaFleur is a young coach. He's still learning how to be that leader of men and combine those leadership skills with his offensive acumen. I don't think the Packers have peaked at all under Matt LaFleur. I think he's still growing as a head coach, and he's only going to get better as a head coach if he's continued to be given opportunities.
Do you think that's the one area he needs to grow in? Just as a leader of men?
Yes.
Not like the play calling aspects or like game management, situational
He's a great play
decision-making.
caller. I think he should honestly give up game management duties to someone he trusts.
Well, those are the things that he blundered, right?
Exactly.
Like
Someone
the
who
time
can just
management, the
focus on
timeouts,
that.
all the things. Yes.
Yes, and if he really thinks we need a timeout here, he can go up to that guy who's maybe riding his hip the whole game and be
I
like,
do
hey, we
believe
need
he
a
had that
timeout.
last year. I believe it was the
Did
special
he?
teams coordinator.
Really?
Rich Bisaccia was an assistant for game management. That was under his assistant head coach duties. I'm pretty sure.
And who is that this year? Is it
I
Luke?
have no idea if they have one. Though, yeah, he does
Luke
have a
Getsy?
lot of experience. Like, I mean, he has, 2 associate head coaches now. DeMarcus Covington, who was the defensive line coach previously. He's the assistant head coach for the defense. And then, yes, it's Luke Getsy, who's assistant head coach for the offense.
Great.
That's their full titles. Speaking of long titles, Packers president, CEO, at least it's not as bad as assistant head coach for the offense or defense.
Yeah,
Is the word
that's
"for"
pretty
in
rough.
there?
Yes.
in their titles
Yeah,
too?
it's assistant
Brutal.
head coach offense, assistant head coach defense.
Interesting.
It's not that interesting. It's just a way to justify their pay increase.
Well,
yeah,
it's also-
it's just another word salad.
This is also, but isn't there something with the associate head coach? Like, that's their way of, if they ever want to leave. Isn't there something with, like, if they ever go interview for other jobs with other teams? Correct.
I think that could be part of
I
it,
think that's
because then,
part of
like, he couldn't leave. So if this is DeMarcus Covington, who's a D-line coach, he couldn't leave to take a D-line coach somewhere else or interview somewhere else for that same role. But if he left to interview for, like, a D coordinator job, they couldn't block him for that. Though from what I know about Matt LaFleur, he's also very reticent to ever, like, block an assistant coach from interviewing for another job. I'm pretty sure if there's a coach who usually wants to leave, he's not
that
gonna,
doesn't seem like his
restrict them.
style.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, at least in past, I mean, when it comes to the Green Bay Packers assistant coaches, most of them are interviewing for higher roles somewhere else.
Right.
They just typically fail in their next position. Be curious to see what happens with Sean Mannion, now the OC in Philly,
and Jeff Hafley.
Jeff Hafley as a head
one
coach.
of my best friends is a Dolphins fan,
How
and
does he feel?
he hated the Jeff Hafley.
Yes, thank you.
He
Why?
did not
Tell us.
He did not like it at
Molly's
all.
so excited.
Yeah,
No, continue.
he was more excited. He was more on board once he heard Jeff Hafley speak, because he's like, oh, okay, this guy is really good on the mic. But he feels football that, like, those mic skills essentially are what got him the job. And
Right.
and Micah Parsons, and he doesn't really believe, he thinks it's an overcorrection from Mike McDaniel. They're like, oh, we don't want to be offensive oriented. We don't want another Poindexter at
Right.
head coach. We want a defensive oriented team. Let's take every asset from this successful organization in the Green Bay Packers and just try and supplant it and put it here in Miami and see if it works. He thinks it's way too big of an overcorrection, and it's not going to work out.
Well, and also they have, the president there
Yes,
now, too,
yep.
that used to work for the Packers. And I heard that they're also one of the teams that could be interested in Dontavian Wicks. Are they going to try to be the Green Bay
pair
of
with
Florida?
Malik Willis.
There you go. We'll continue to talk about that next. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
I worried about choosing the right two-year college where credits would transfer to UW, but I figured out a great path. At Madison College, I'm in the STEM program. The classrooms are intimate, instructors are engaging, and best of all, I'll be able to transfer to UW debt-free. My advice to others, start your journey here. You won't regret it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Bosa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports and Update, brought to you by The Jump Around, a Badgers dedicated show. Tune into Jim Rutledge and Pablo Iglesias every Thursday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Earlier today, Wilde and Tausch had special guest and coach of the Final Four-bound Badger men's hockey team, Ben Dexheimer, on the show. Dexheimer sent Wisconsin back to the Frozen Four when he scored the game-winning goal in overtime against Michigan State last Saturday. Here's what he had to say about that moment while on Wilde and Tausch this morning.
Super special. This program deserved to go to the Frozen Four, and I let the puck go. I thought any shot in overtime's a good shot, even if I didn't see any red jerseys in front of the net. Yeah, I shot it. I saw it trickle in, and I think I blacked out a little bit, but I turned towards the boys on the bench, and I don't have too deep of a celebration bag, so I think I just jumped about 3 feet in the air and threw my hands in the air and was just like, we're going to Vegas.
Listen back to Dexheimer's full appearance on the ESPN Wisconsin app and watch it back on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Wisconsin next plays North Dakota in the national semifinals next Thursday. Watch the game at 4 p.m. live on ESPN2. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
gonna
me get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Do you have a ton of faith in Badgers football right now?
You shouldn't open in their season at Lambeau Field against
seriously.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm looking at their
Penn
schedule
State.
right now. Penn State, Michigan State, UCLA, USC, Iowa, Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is seriously a program of I will believe it when I see it.
As long as Fickle has success this year with an easier schedule, there is no reason not to trust Wisconsin Badgers football team moving forward.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Riley Auk, here's Molly Brown.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Guys, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Molly Brown, joined by Riley Yauk and primetime Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. We are in the ESPN Madison Everlight Solar Studios. 844-770-3776. That is your way into today's show. That's the Carbus Talk and Text line. List is more. Also, our Society Unlimited poll question is, who do you like more as Packers president, Ed Policy or Mark Murphy? People are really hating this poll, if I'm being honest, you guys. Like, people are like, oh, this is a dumb poll because we don't know him. But also, like, we've heard a lot of the things that he said. I feel like we've heard this guy talk a lot more than
he's
we
been
need
active for a Packers president. I feel like as Packers fans, we're not used to the Jerry Jones type ownership where you're the leader of the franchise is always in the headlines. And while Policy is nowhere even remotely close to Jerry Jones, he's definitely been more vocal than at least I remember Mark Murphy being, generally speaking.
Mark Murphy also just said like stupid stuff. Like that was the only time that we ever heard from him was when he was saying something dumb. Like
we got to get the Chippewa Falls.
I genuinely don't know if I remember a time when Mark Murphy spoke to the media and said something that was actually about like the team, like how Ed Policy is, or talking about different contracts or whatever it is. Like, give me an example. I mean, seriously.
I would say the complicated fellow.
He's a complicated fellow.
Aaron Rodgers.
Which we were all just like, did he just say that?
Yeah.
That was a holy crap moment.
And I think it was in that same sentence or same interview at the WIA Girls State Basketball tournament. He also mentioned that it seemed like, the Rodgers era had ended in Green Bay. And then
like what a time.
Shortly thereafter,
honestly,
he got traded to the
bomb
Jets.
dropped.
What a time to be alive as a Green Bay Packers fan that was.
It was crazy.
Like, sometimes I miss those days.
I remember that same day was also the day the Bears pulled off the trade to get the, I believe, the number 1 overall pick, where they gave up the pick to...
With the Panthers?
With the Panthers. When they traded out of the C.J. Stroud pick to get the
Justin
Caleb Williams
Field?
pick the next year.
No, that was Caleb Williams. Okay.
Yeah, next season is when they were able to get the number 1 overall pick because the Panthers were so bad.
That's so odd that you remember
yes,
this.
because they traded out of the Bryce Young pick. That's what it was. I remember specifically because Rutledge and Hamilton at the time, we were doing a remote broadcast at a local indoor golf facility.
Okay.
And on the drive back was when the news broke, and I was listening to Scalzo and Brust, and they were just like evaporating with like what the hell's going on? Mark Murphy said this at the WA Girls State Basketball Tournament. The Bears are pulling off these massive trades with like number 1 picks, and we just look stupid over here listening to Mark Murphy speak. Anytime the Packers president has opened his mouth in my lifetime as a Packers fan, I've always felt like something stupid was coming out.
Even with that policy?
So far. I mean, honestly, like the lame duck comments last year just seemed like pointless this year when you bring up the idea that like he was shocked that fans thought that he could be fired at the end of the year. It's like, dude, you literally said this last year and you made it seem very much like if he did not get an extension, he would not be coming back.
Is he gaslighting fans?
It felt like it in the moment. It felt like it when we heard that on Monday.
Ed Policy seems like a very cerebral guy. I was called a Sheldon lookalike earlier. Yeah, maybe that's like sort of how Ed Policy works.
Are you trying to spin that into a positive that you're a cerebral guy?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to spin the label onto Ed Policy. That's what I'm trying to do here. So maybe because his defense of the contract extension for Matt LaFleur was that he looked at his resume holistically. And if fans looked at the entire big picture of the 7 years Matt LaFleur has been the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, that they would see he's a very successful head coach. It made no sense whatsoever to get rid of him. And he understands the frustration and that these losses at the end of the season are disappointing and unacceptable. But if you look at the big picture, it makes total sense to extend Matt LaFleur. So I think maybe that's just how his mind works. It's very statistics, facts oriented. There's not much of the human element to it. Not saying he's a robot, but maybe that's just how Ed Policy operates.
I still just think the most shocking thing that he said was, like, it was predetermined in my head no matter what happened in the Chicago game that we were bringing Matt LaFleur back. I was not a proponent of firing Matt LaFleur because in my mind it was also like, who are we going to bring in that's
better than Matt
better
LaFleur?
than Matt LaFleur. It's just crazy because it's like the way that they lost. They lost
awful.
the same in similar fashion, 2 weeks straight, like back to back essentially. And you almost lost 13 days before that last Bears game at Lambeau Field. Thank God for Keyshawn Nixon being able to get an interception. Like,
that was the one time all season I said, thank God for Keyshawn Nixon.
Same. Honestly, same. You and every other Packers fan.
Because it was that watching that game, one of my roommates is a Bears fan, was hilarious because the whole game I'm like, I hate Keyshawn Nixon. Mm-hmm. He's the worst quarterback of all time. Oh my gosh, what's he doing? Another blown coverage, and then he makes the pick at the end. I'm freaking out. I'm like, I've always loved Keyshawn Nixon. Man, what a great cornerback. He's the best. Awesome.
That's my guy right there.
Exactly, and then I went back to hating on him after that.
Yes.
Pretty quickly.
Yep, because I believe he lost. How many games for us?
I don't know if he lost that.
He
many
didn't
games.
totally lose the game, but he made some game-losing plays.
Yes, he did.
In that second Bears game in the regular season, yes. The one
Terrible.
where he and Nate Hobbs got confused in the corner of the end zone.
Let the running back run
Johnny
free.
Walker, whatever his name was, Jade Walker, I think his name is, score that touchdown in the end zone.
God, so embarrassing.
The corner. Yeah, that was a brutal experience. I still think that when it comes to Ed Policy, though, like you were saying, Riley, he gives off this vibe of just being like very disconnected. Like he gives off a disconnected vibe from the fan base. Just the fact that even this offseason too, we hear Aaron Popke, the Packers public relations officer, calling into Willie and Tausch to explain how the season ticket renewal works and why they might not be letting fans renew who are giving up too many of their tickets. And you're not actually buying those seats or the rights to those seats. You're licensing the right to those seats.
Which is absurd.
Much like they might license the rights to the Lambeau Field stadium naming rights, but at the same time, they're never actually considering that. They're just mentioning it in multiple places this offseason because very clearly they're thinking about doing it. Like you said, Riley, like he's a very cerebral guy. He's like very calculated, but it comes off to me as, I guess, business-like, corporate, I would say. But like, is that a good thing? As a business side of things, probably. When it comes to like, I'm hoping he's not having much of an influence on the football side of things, which is why I always felt so concerned about the lame duck comments in the first place. It's like, make your decision ahead of time, almost like Molly was saying she didn't want to see with that Bears game. Like, I don't want him to have that much influence over the head coaching and the football side of things personally.
So I think that actually goes right back to what Riley was kind of talking about yesterday on the show, where you basically were saying that fans can relate more to Pat Murphy and the Brewers team than they do to Matt LaFleur, Ed Policy, and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, 100%. I think Ed Policy, and it's not just Ed Policy, even though he's certainly at the forefront of it right now and in this conversation. But the Packers in general have felt fairly corporate to me for a little while now. I mean, I remember as a kid going up to do the junior power pack experience where you get to do drills with the Packers players. I don't even know if
cute.
I don't know if they still do that.
It's like a pump pass kick thing probably or something.
Similar. Yeah, we got to just run through football drills with Packers players. It was awesome. I loved it as a child. I don't know if they still do that. I love how they still do the bike riding for practice and training camp and whatnot. That's awesome.
They still do the tailgate tour?
Yes, yeah, but
Has the tailgate tour always been a thing? I was
think-
not aware of this until like 2 years ago.
Neither was I, honestly.
Chippewa Falls, probably.
I
was
didn't
my
know about
first
it until they
experience
really
with it.
started coming to Madison more often. I think that's part of it, and because we were involved with it here at ESPN Madison. But I think they've been doing it for like over a decade, as far as I know. I think Mark Murphy might have actually started it. We should ask Jason Woolley about it when he joins the show tomorrow. But that's been a long-running thing because, like, back in the 80s and the 90s when it felt like the Packers needed the fans to, like, truly keep them alive and keep them from leaving Green Bay, like, they knew they needed to go out and like have those outreach and initiatives with fans. Now that more success has come, and while they haven't reached like Super Bowl success, they've still been like one of the more successful franchises in the NFL. feels like they've distanced themselves more from fans.
It began in 2006.
2006.
Okay. Yeah, so I think going back to that, I remember that as a child and it being awesome. And I could be wrong on this. This is just my perception, but the Packers definitely don't feel as much of a mom and pop shop type of organization as they used to back when I was growing up. I mean, now it's great that you have Titletown, that you're building up everything surrounding Lambeau Field, the luxury apartments and all that. It feels similar to Madison here, where it feels like you're losing some of your character. You're losing some of the nostalgia, the small town atmosphere that makes the Packers so special and makes them so appealing to people around the world. The fans own the team, that whole thing.
I mean, okay, but like when you drive to Lambeau, you're still driving through literal neighborhoods to get into the stadium. Like it still has that
And most of those
town
houses in those
feel.
most of those houses in those neighborhoods are owned by companies now who are
Yeah,
all like
see, it's all
special
private
events companies too.
I mean,
I don't need to get into that.
there's a couple that are owned by us too.
The Tundra Trio is fantastic. I think what we do there is amazing, but at the end of the day, like that whole area is just all of it's more of a business than it used to be.
Yeah, and ultimately, I will say I'm okay with that as long as it leads to the Packers maintaining their success on the field. If it better positions the Packers to succeed as a football team, I'm okay with that. But it makes it a little harder to relate to the Packers as an organization
but they can't be
than
a
the
mom and
Milwaukee
pop
Brewers.
shop. They can't be a mom and pop shop in the NFL.
I understand that. But
the Brewers, the reason you're okay with it with the Brewers is because the Brewers have promised you, doesn't matter if we win. They have literally told you that. Like Mark Antanasio, we've talked about on our show how many times now.
But they do win.
But the Brewers, Mark Antanasio's literal saying, and I'm not going to be able to quote it word for word, but he was like, "Word is here for a summer of fun and entertainment." Like, so in my mind, that means you're fine not winning. You're fine not competing with teams like. Now the Dodgers are just on a whole different level, but you're fine with not competing with teams that you could compete with.
Maybe Mark Atanasio is fine with that, but they find way. Everyone else in the Brewers organization is not just fine with having a summer of fun. That's for sure, and they all seem in sync. Matt Arnold, who constantly just fleeced the Boston Red Sox this offseason.
Also, poor guy. Can you imagine just like because he's the one that essentially runs the budget, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but he's given a certain budget by Mark Antanasio.
Yes.
That he makes all these moves that seemingly seem like actual good moves in the long run. But like, just imagine being him, just a guy that has to like figure things out with no money.
I'm sure it's frustrating a lot of the time for Matt Arnold. But him, Pat Murphy, the team, they all seem totally in sync, totally hell-bent on winning. And it's really easy to relate to them because they feel blue collar, they feel gritty, they feel like even though I don't know if any of them are from the state of Wisconsin. They all feel like they embody Wisconsin and Wisconsin fans, whereas, like I was saying yesterday with Matt LaFleur, with sort of like the crumbling under pressure and sort of the pretty boy look, and Ed Policy, the disconnect, it doesn't feel the same as the Milwaukee Brewers and as the Packers used to.
Okay. What about the Bucks? The Bucks have most recently won a championship, right? Did they feel?
Yeah, but that's ultimately the thing. It doesn't matter. None of the feels matter if you win.
I would say there are very few NBA teams that feel like actually connected to their fan base these days.
I think the Bucks try.
The Bucks try, and they do a pretty good job. What they do in the Deer District is awesome.
Yep,
I think
the Deer District's fun. I think especially during that championship run when there was 80,000 people in the Deer District, that was fantastic.
That was the happiest I've ever been as a sports fan is when the Bucks won the title, honestly.
That's also because you were, what, 20?
I was like 21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a great time.
It was the summer between my junior and senior year of college.
Okay, but then the last time that a team in this state has won a title was in 2011.
Yep.
When the Packers won, and you were how old?
I would have been 11.
11? Yeah.
11 at the time.
Like, of course the Bucks one is going to be the best one in your life.
Well, and also because, I mean, I guess the Packers...
And it was an incredible atmosphere. I'm not knocking the Bucks for that whatsoever.
It's weird because they were both very unexpected titles. The Packers being a 6 seed, the wild card to go win the championship, and the Bucks having to overcome the Nets and then coming back from Giannis getting injured, coming back from being down 2-0 twice in the postseason. Like, the winning in 6, that all just felt so surreal to me. And I rode that high as a Bucks fan for so long. But though I feel like just everything with like the Giannis saga this offseason and the very likely departure this coming offseason has just kind of killed any sort of like true love I felt for the team at this point. Like I'm still a Bucks fan, but I'm just feel like I'm fully distanced myself from them at this point.
Yeah, but similar to how the Brewers feel very Wisconsin, they feel small town even though they're in Milwaukee, how the Packers very much were a mom and pop shop for the longest time. The Bucks, like Giannis was the embodiment of that. He came out of nothing.
Right.
He was super humble. He loved the fans. He gave back. Like, it was such a relatable story. And now, I guess similar to the Packers, with the whole saga, I think a lot of people are a lot more out on Giannis than they used to be. And it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best before, though. Like, a championship cures it all.
Yep,
like, any
100%.
negative feelings you have about the Packers, any negative feelings you have about the Brewers, anything negative that you feel about the Bucks, it can all be changed with a championship.
Yeah, because who cares what Ed Policy has to say or how he if he feels robotic if the Packers win the Super Bowl next year.
Beep, boop, bop, bop, beep. I'd agree. Now, guys, I would ask you, how does the true, like, public team of the state feel connected to fans, that being the Wisconsin Badgers? You guys feel like there's a true connection with the fan base right now?
100%.
Okay, I want to get into this
Riley's
next.
half the
I want to
fan
get into
base.
this next because I can't with, like, I want to call it fake, but it's not fake.
No.
Like, that's just...
I'm diehard.
I'm
all about the Badgers.
You really are all about the Badgers. And as a reminder, you can watch the Jump Around that Riley is a part of each and every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You guys had Brady Ewing on today?
Yes. We released our interview a couple hours before the university posted their own interview. So make sure, I haven't seen that one, but make sure to go check out ours before you watch theirs.
We're going to dive into more things with the Wisconsin Badgers. But first, I want to tell you about Metro Kia, and the best experiences that I have had buying vehicles has been at Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. First, I got our Kia Carnival there almost a year ago. I had to renew my plates for May. So it's almost been a year with that vehicle, which has been incredible for our family. And then just a couple months ago, I got my Kia K4, and thank God I did, because I was getting 40 miles per gallon the other day, which was really nice. So whether you're looking for a reliable daily driver, something great on gas, or a safe ride for your family, they make the whole process easy and comfortable. So if you're thinking about getting a new Kia, start with the team that I trust, and that is Metro Kia of Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Metro Kia of Madison hoy.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Carbon World Health, located in Madison and in Sun Prairie. Great location for cryotherapy, red light therapy. You can ask about semaglutide, hormone treatment, whatever it is that you want to do to help live the best version of your life. Go see my good friends at Carbon World Health. You can ask them about working out there as well. So many great options to help you become your best self at Carbon World Health. Go to carbonworldhealth.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love Zoa Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a Zoa Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Dear Brewers fans, where do you find the best views and the most electrifying baseball action American Family Field has to offer? The answer is Toyota territory, located in right field. This Grand Slam experience covers all bases and gives fans in the stands an exclusive live look at our home run hitter, the Toyota 4Runner. Add Toyota to your lineup today. Now batting, Toyota.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
This loss is as painful to Packer fans as you can ever imagine.
A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip. Available in Apple and Android app stores.
I have no evidence behind that whatsoever. It's just a feeling I have, and that might just be because I'm scared of this rivalry in the playoffs.
Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're presented by Coors Light. I'm Molly Brown alongside Riley Yauk in the ESPN Madison Everlight Solar Studios, along with primetime Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. Remember, you can always stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app, and you can watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We are asking you our Citing Unlimited poll question is, who do you like more as Packers president, Ed Policy, or Mark Murphy? I realize that there's a small sample size with Ed Policy, but based on the comments he's made thus far, how do you feel about him?
He's a complicated fella.
We teased it before going to break that we were going to talk about some Wisconsin Badgers football, because how could we not with Riley here? Badgers' biggest fan, Luke Fickle's biggest supporter, Chris McIntosh's biggest supporter as well.
I'm not Chris McIntosh's biggest supporter.
Okay, maybe we can dive into that too. But Ryan, you were questioning our fandom. Is that how we got into this? I can't remember what your exact
No,
name was.
I was saying the connection with fans.
Oh, the connection with fans.
I was saying,
okay.
do Badger sports right now, particularly football, do they feel connected with their fans?
So I may have said in the previous segment 100%, but that is certainly not the case right now. It's probably closer to 50%-ish, if I had to throw a number on it. But I was reading an article this morning from the great Jim Pulzine of Badger Extra, and he wrote about fans renewing their season tickets for the University of Wisconsin Badgers football team. And from the fans he talked to, he grouped them into three categories.
Okay.
One, the fans that are absolute diehards that will buy season tickets. They are going to support the team no matter how bad, no matter how dire the situation. They're always going to be there. I think I would fall into that category.
I have a feeling I know who would fall into that category.
Badgers fans. I'm always going to be there. I'm an incredibly proud alumnus of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm always going to be there. I love everything surrounding the game, etc. We'll get into more of that later. Two, you have the fans that are incredibly disgruntled, who are on the fence, but they have a strong tie to the football team, to their season tickets, to the experience. So they don't want to give it up, but they're willing, and they're very much not happy. And then on the third side, enough is enough. We're done. This sucks. I can't do it anymore. So I'm curious to start, out of those three categories, where do you guys fall? Molly, starting with you.
So I think what stinks about all of this and everything with season tickets and everything is, if you're even considering buying season tickets, or if you're even in any of these three categories, it is a bummer, because it's like you do want to give your money in order to make this team better, but also you've been let down by this organization so many times now for the last 3-4 years that you're done, and you don't want to give the money, which then is not going to make the program better, and it's just a circle, right? So it does kind of stink to be in any of these categories at this point, but I'm definitely I'm out. Nope, yeah. I'm good. Like I'm not giving my money to this program. I've said it when we've talked about the different tax things that they've done. I don't trust Wisconsin with my money. I don't trust Luke Fickell with my money. If I'm choosing between Luke Fickell and Greg Gard, this is another conversation we had last week. If I'm choosing between Luke Fickell and Greg Gard, I'm giving Greg Gard my money. Like, I'm not giving Luke Fickell the money. I don't trust him. I don't trust what this Badgers football team is going to do. I get that there's excitement around it. I get that you're excited about it. But, like, no, I'm good. And I've said it before. I will believe it when I see it. When whatever this team puts out on the field, I'll believe it. Like, but so far, there's nothing that they can do to make me want to buy tickets. Even if they're throwing them in my face at $255 a pop for the entire season. Like, no, I'm good. Ryan, where do you land on this?
I mean, I would have to put myself in that tier 2 category, though the problem is that I've never had season tickets, so I'm not on the fence about whether or not I should be keeping them.
But if you were thinking about it.
But if I were someone who was if I was 10 years older, I would say I probably would have bought season tickets after leaving college because I would have been at a time when I was still really bought into Badgers football. Like, that probably would have been right around the time that Jonathan Taylor was tearing through the Big Ten. I've gravely missed those days. That was like my freshman, sophomore year of college. That was like my heyday as a Badgers football fan. If it had been around that time, I would have been all the way bought in. I would have had season tickets. I would have been going to every game if I was still living in Madison. Even if I wasn't living in Madison, if I was like living 2 hours away, I'd probably have season tickets. I'd be going to as many Saturdays as I could. But I'd probably be more in the tier now where, like, if I didn't have season tickets, I would be on the edge of being like, there's really no reason for me to get them. Even if I think that it would be a good idea or like the idea of it, I would not be buying because the product in the field's not good enough. And then on the other side, if I had season tickets, I'd very much be on the fence about whether or not I should just give them up. And I'd probably just be selling them off game by game to try and, like, recoup some money at this point.
Riley, what at this point does the team have to do to make you not want to support them? Like, seriously.
Man, they'd have to take away traditions. Like, if they limited the band, like they got rid of the band.
The band is the first thing that he
got rid of, because that's the thing.
This guy,
so even
Matt
when
Hamilton.
Yeah, you and Jim despise the band.
I don't despise the band at all, actually.
Jim despises the band, and I think that's ridiculous. That's part of what makes game day so awesome and adds to the atmosphere of college football and makes it different than the NFL. And that's part of the big thing. Like, you can't take away the traditions surrounding game day. If they, like we're talking corporatizing everything, if they corporatize Regent Street too much or the downtown area, they got rid of, you can't tailgate around the stadium. We're not singing Build Me Up Buttercup.
Be honest, right now there's really no room to tailgate as is. It's more just the bar scene on Regent Street, which is fantastic.
Hey, Cleef Park.
Was the bar scene that great?
All the college houses around
when
are
you're
tailgating.
a college kid, tailgating is very possible. For anyone who's like above that age group, there's not a ton of areas.
In the Regent apartment parking lot, in the houses next to the hotels.
College kids definitely taking over that area.
Edward Cleef Park, that's where I lived right by there. There's tons of open space. Anyone can tailgate there. It's public.
But how did that look this last year?
Pretty similar. I mean, not as strong. I think there was not a study, but they didn't make as much money. Like, the city of Madison brought in less money because less fans came to Camp Randall Stadium. Yeah, so it definitely looked a little different than the heyday of Wisconsin football for sure. But I think you're always going to have the fans like me that are going to be there tailgating, and there's going to be the tailgating. There's going to be the traditions surrounding Wisconsin football. There's going to be jump around. There's going to be Build Me Up Buttercup. There's going to be the band. There's going to be the great experiences on a Saturday. You spend it all day in downtown Madison. That's not going anywhere.
Okay, so you just named a lot of things that have nothing to do with people within the organization.
Exactly.
Do you think, going back to our previous conversation of different sports teams in this state that actually relate to their people and, make them feel like they're important, do you think that the University of Wisconsin Athletics does that? Specifically with football. Let's just talk football.
That's a good question. I think they do. I don't think they care as much as they should about it, but I think they do care. I know I've seen some emails from the athletic department that once the new Kellner Hall facility opens up, that they're going to have a massive tailgate there for fans, and I think it'll be open to the public, it'll be free, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure there'll be ways to make money. So I think they care, but I don't think they care as much as they should, and I think they probably focus a little too much on premium experiences nowadays because that's what brings in the most money. The new South End Zone project, those are
the new seats at Kohl Center. I know it's basketball.
Exactly. Same thing though. Yeah. Like, they want to bring in the most money, which I understand you need to compete at this level in the Big Ten and college athletics these days. But I do think they could definitely invest a little bit more into the common fan, so to speak.
Ryan, why are you laughing?
Because I saw the message you just sent me on Teams, the link. Molly just sent me a Google link on Teams of a sushi Rito. Riley, in case you're... Well, I mentioned earlier in the show because it is National Burrito Day here in America.
You're going to say in Madison.
I don't know.
Like it's only National Burrito Day in Madison.
Money Mitch in the YouTube chat.
Yes.
There's such a thing as a sushi burrito.
That's how I found out about it. So then I had to Google it, and I was like, this looks like it's going to become Ryan's new favorite food.
I thought you were sending me a link to like something about like the Badgers football program or some the study that Riley just referenced, and I was like, I opened it just as Riley was finishing speaking, and he kicked it to me, so that's why I was laughing. I'm sorry.
Not at all. No, I was literally just doing you a favor and finding you a new entree.
I'll be honest, a sushi Rito does look delicious.
It looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that looks like they have like the crunch on the outside.
And talking about the premium corporate experience at Camp Randall nowadays,
maybe
they might
you
start
can get
selling
that
this.
at Camp Randall. Get a sushi burrito.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprising at this point. I agree though. It's tough for Badgers football and any of the honestly Badgers sports where it's like you have to keep up financially so much nowadays, and when you don't have as much, I'll be honest, fan investment as some of the other major programs across the Big Ten and the SEC, feels like you're always going to be working at a disadvantage. And even though I don't think Luke Fickell has achieved enough as Badgers football head coach, it's undeniable that he's been working in a deficit this whole time too, which also stinks. For sure. I mean, he has been. It's been tough for him. Like when it comes to the NIL investment when he first got here, it was like non-existent.
Again, I just wish that NIL was more transparent.
Yes.
Like I wish we could see the actual breakdown of what Wisconsin has for NIL in football, what Iowa has in football for NIL, like what every single team that is comparable to Wisconsin. I wish we could see what they spend just so we can see how lacking Wisconsin is, or just so we could see if it's really a booster issue, a fundraising issue, or if it's a Fickell issue.
See, and unfortunately, now we are never going to know. We're going to have to rely on these insiders or these NIL specialist reporters because the Wisconsin state legislature just passed a law. It's on Tony Evers' desk right now. He assumes he's going to sign it, that Wisconsin can now essentially hide all their NIL spending from the public eye, and taxpayers are on the hook for $14.6 million that the UW athletic department is in debt.
That is one of the other issues that Badgers athletics has been facing over the last 5 years, is that they were at a massive deficit when it comes to the resources and facilities from the other major players in college football and even college basketball. They just simply were way behind of how up to date. The McLean Center,
is really outdated.
Is antiquated.
When you're trying to get, I know you guys know when you're trying to cover a game and you try to get audio and all you hear is
those ginormous
from the fans.
I mean, we've all been in there for the Badger football pro days. Even former Badgers themselves have said, the facilities are they're pretty not ancient, but they're very much of the 90s. And
yeah,
the
but if you compare them to Ohio State and all the SEC schools, they're crap.
And that's the problem, is that Wisconsin was just so unprepared to go into the NIL era.
But also,
when it came.
I think I know this is separate, but it's similar too in my mind. They were one of the last stadiums to have alcohol at their stadium for fans.
There was a reason that changed too, because they need that.
You need the money.
The resources are definitely coming. The revenues are coming in.
Why are they so far behind in everything when I think we all pride them as being one of the top Power 5 schools, but they're not?
See, but I think it's because similar to the Midwest nice thing, Wisconsin's always tried to do things the right way. We're always going to do it properly within the rule set. That's why we're going to try and sue Xavier Lucas for transferring to Miami. We're going to be behind, leaving
and then just
going
rolling somewhere
when
else.
really there's nothing they could do because they want to do everything the prim and proper way. So then you're behind the schools that are just we want to win, so we're going to skirt the rules and cheat.
My question when it came to Badgers football specifically and Badgers athletics was always the question of, is it ignorance or arrogance when it comes to how they behave?
Honestly, both.
Are they just ignorant of the fact that they were that behind and they just didn't know how to skirt around those rules? Or were they arrogant and always thinking that they never had to because they were above it? For the longest time, it felt like they were above it. They felt like they were
we'll find a way.
Yeah, they were the Notre Dame of the Big Ten West, because the Big Ten West was this big imposing division in the Big Ten. When then the Big Ten expanded, the world changed around them, and then they realized that they're not in this like sheltered little corner of the Big Ten anymore. Now you're like swimming with the big fish in what is now one of the two major conferences.
And you're drowning.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I think this is good. It was necessary for the evolution of Wisconsin Badgers athletics. Pressure creates diamonds, as they say. And if this didn't happen, they would have just continued to, you can beat up on the Big Ten West, and then you lose to Ohio State, you lose to Oregon, you lose to all these great teams, and then you end up wallowing in mediocrity.
Pressure.
So you're trying to say Luke Fickell's a diamond?
Yeah, he's going to be. Just wait and see. Think he's still a great coach. I think he's going to find a way.
Have you bought your season tickets yet, Riley?
I work for the media. I don't need to buy season tickets. I'm hosting
this guy. That's why it's so easy to say, I buy tickets. Give me all the tickets in the world. I'm a season ticket holder. I love the Badgers. I'm not going to buy tickets.
I'm busy hosting Wisconsin College Game Day. I got to get to local establishments afterwards. I'm producing Wisconsin College Game Day, the pregame show. So I'm working. I'm working on my fall Saturdays.
They better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
You better get season tickets now because I think the deadline is tomorrow, but actually they're probably going to continue pushing it because I guarantee they're not sold out of season tickets yet. We got to get to Throwing Stones next. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Just say you like it. There's nothing cool about the band. It is objectively not cool.
I find
you
it cool.
like it.
Okay, I like it because it's cool.
It's not cool.
It can be cool to Matt. Like things can be cool to other people if they're not cool to you.
I like Star Wars.
He's
I know it's
so
nerdy
judgmental.
as hell.
Star Wars is cool.
Judgmental. No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
When
Neither
I
Star
dressed
Trek,
up in my
none of
Star
it.
Wars outfit,
it
that
wasn't
was
that cool.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's bracket season, and Pizza Hut's got the watch party covered. Score a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with garlic parm seasoning for that classic pizzeria vibe. Or get the original pan, thin and crispy, or Chicago Tavern style. Big flavor, big savings. Just $10. Your bracket might not survive, but this deal will win it all. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall!
How is that even possible?
They got my password.
Please don't tell me your password was password.
It's actually password 1.
This is a job for Sponsored Jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Molly Brown here for Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle? Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned Kia, you can browse their extensive inventory and find this month's specials at metrokiaofmadison.com. That's metrokiaofmadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership on the east side of Madison today.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I'm Molly Brown alongside Riley Yauk. Primetime Ryan Wollersheim is behind the glass. We are presented by Coors Light. Remember, you can always get into the show 844-770-3776. That is the Carbon Talk and text line. List is more. And you can always watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. And if you miss any of today's show, you can listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Time now for Throwing Stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of Senior Assassin?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on my business card. What are you talking about?
Ryan, you're a Junior Assassin.
Junior Assassin?
You haven't graduated up to Senior Assassin
What's
yet.
that
Not
supposed
there
to
yet.
mean? You don't know my resume.
I guess, I mean, you might be a Senior Assassin. You haven't gotten caught yet.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so for those that don't know, because I am also in the category of I don't know what the hell this is until yesterday. So we have a senior in high school, and he came home yesterday from soccer practice, and he was holding goggles in his hand. And I was like, why the heck do you have goggles in your hand? Like, what are you doing? And he said, oh, this is for Senior Assassin. Like, actually, like I'm supposed to know what this is.
Yeah, like it was just a normal thing.
Exactly.
Of
And I'm
course,
like, what are you talking about?
Everyone knows it.
I graduated high school 11 years ago. Like, what are we talking about? And
Comes home
which,
like
God, that
Dexter,
makes
he's got an apron covered with blood and goggles in his hand.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? And he was like, yeah, we're playing a Senior Assassin where, like, basically your senior class, everybody paid like $5 to be in it. The winner gets $200, which I was like, oh, that's sweet. I'd participate too.
Oh.
So basically, you are assigned a person that you need to assassinate.
Yeah, kill.
I didn't know if I could say that word.
Yeah.
Yes, that you could do that. You're assigned that person, and if you get assassinated, then you're out. Like you're out of
you're
out of
done.
contention for the big pot, right?
Okay.
So, but they have it. It's called Splash In app. So it's like an app that you can basically track each other. This is what's psychotic to me. You can track each other.
Is it like a location-based
like Life
thing?
360?
Really?
Yes. If you guys have Life 360 where you can see somebody's location.
Yeah, like
See,
Find
that's
My
way
iPhone.
That's way more advanced than when I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
Our Senior Assassin game got cut short because of COVID.
Wait, okay.
But-
But then they have a Snapchat group.
Okay.
I might
Okay.
have missed this part. How do you assassinate people, though?
Okay.
Just shoot 'em with a
Yeah, I should
water
say this.
gun.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be a water gun. It can just be water. So, like, water gun is preferred probably.
Yeah.
But, like, if you wanted to, you could have one of those Gatorade bottles and just, you know? like,
Okay.
You just spray it at them.
Interesting. Okay.
Or if you had, like, you just put water in your hand and just throw it at them.
Waterboard them.
If they,
We had
Get a
Nerf
paper
gun.
towel
We had
and throw it
Nerf
over their
guns.
That's
face.
how you do it. We know that.
Yeah.
With chlorophyll. You can't do that.
Chloroform.
But so then you have goggles, and that is your safe, like, thing. So if you...
Oh, that's a little different.
So it's like if somebody's tracking you and you know they are, then you can just throw your goggles on, as long as, like, they're on your eyes, you're good. Like, you literally have to carry your
And you're
goggles
just doing
at
this
all
in school
times.
all day?
No, so here's the thing. There's a lot of rules to it. Riley, you can chime in too. But like,
It's different
you can't,
than when I was in high school.
Okay, I'm so curious about this because I had never heard of this until last night. So then, if you can't play when you're in school. You can only do it if they're like walking in or out.
Yep.
If there are like sports practices, you have to wait like 10 minutes after,
10,
so then they can
15,
like grab all their stuff, all the things. Okay. You can't go into people's houses unless you are invited in. So like my house. So when like our teenager came home yesterday, he was like, "Dad, you can't let anybody in the house." And then he's like, "No, I'm gonna let people in." And I'm like, "No, you're not. That's weird. We have like 15 kids and our house is tiny. Like we don't even have room for another person in here." So. Yes, it was very interesting. It's crazy to me that like you can just track people.
That's wild.
Like it's kind of creepy. Oh,
That's
and
giving
you
up
also,
a lot of privacy.
You
Yeah,
have to film the assassination.
Okay,
With
also
water.
not a part of when we were in
Yes.
school.
This sounds. There's
Okay,
so
it's-
much about this that's
it
just
crazy?
problematic to
Yes,
me.
Yeah.
me too.
Okay, so this is very similar but different. We've been talking about like the corporatization of stuff. How the heck did Senior Assassin get corporatized? Like, how is there an app? How are they making money off?
When did
ad
you
and,
graduate
like,
from high school, Riley?
Ad revenue, 2020.
Okay.
So I was a
Terrible
senior,
time to
class of
graduate from high
2020. Yeah,
Horrible.
it's not ideal.
Okay,
I
so how
missed
did your
out
Senior
on
Assassin work?
baseball season. So it was very similar, except it was Nerf guns
Oh,
and all
fun.
the rules with practice, school. That's all identical. The difference was same with invited in as well. The big difference being your safety was you had to either be naked or in your underwear.
What?
Was the only way to be safe.
Oh, Riley.
So, if you were in anything other than your underwear, anything more than your underwear, you were not safe outside of school, practices, et cetera, et cetera. And
When would people see you like?
I guess locker rooms
That's
at
what I
high
was just
school,
thinking, locker room?
at home when you're just
no,
like
that was so
asleep?
you had to like if you were in your home or like out and about like and someone was you knew someone was coming to get you, you had to like strip down
You're
your
gonna be
underwear to be
naked?
safe.
All right, I thought the
Like-
corporatized version was problematic.
That's crazy.
This is incredibly
I'm just saying
problematic.
that's how it was. That was how it was back in my day.
Imagine you just
And
see
there was-
somebody coming at you and you're like, no,
Yeah, you're like, oh
I'm taking
shoot.
off my gloves.
Yeah, and there was no app. You had to like find friends of friends.
I would
to,
hope
like,
there's not an app for this. Otherwise, some people would have been getting canceled.
exactly. And you definitely didn't film it. Filming was not a part of it.
Very clearly in your scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was an honor system, and everyone just knew it. Just spread like, okay, this person's dead, and that was just how it went. Then you had to track people with either snap maps or you had to know people. And you went to their house, you'd camp out outside their houses or something along those lines. I remember when my older brother played it, my dad got called by multiple neighbors like, hey, are you guys okay? Like, there's people in their underwear, like, running around your house or in the neighborhood. So there were other concerns with that version of Senior Assassin, but it was very similar. And I don't know if there's money involved. I think there was money involved as well. But
naked teenagers, money.
yeah, it was a pure form of the game. What can I say?
Sounds like Euphoria,
Yeah.
the TV show on HBO.
The good old days.
I haven't watched that show. I
It's
know
about
Sydney
teenagers-
Sweeney is in it,
it's about
though, so I
teenagers,
can
like,
imagine.
doing drugs and having sex.
Oh,
That's
can
what
you
I'm-
say that
Well,
on the air?
I don't think that was a part of
God.
Senior Assassin, but I don't know.
How do I pivot from here?
I mean, it's just, that's crazy. That's insane.
So what's our big takeaway from Senior Assassin? Do you like it?
That your version was more problematic
Well-
than
Yeah,
Molly's
for sure.
kids.
We've grown since 2020.
I get it's
Yeah.
advanced. It's evolved.
Yeah, corporatization maybe is a good thing in certain scenarios.
Made it safer, probably.
I didn't have anything like that when I was a senior in high school. Like, I mean, the most fun thing was that I got to leave school at like noon and then didn't have to go back. And I'm trying to think of other fun things. Like, we did a lot of like themes. Did you guys do that?
For homecoming,
Like,
yeah, or football games or basketball games.
Yeah.
We
So,
had
and
themes.
like we had like a senior theme. So like ours was so dumb. Ours was like space seniors. So then, like
Can you tell us
everybody
about
dressed
it on
like
the other
space.
side?
Yeah.
We're a little late on the clock here.
Okay. This is Jim Matt Molly.
Trying to keep it on the
Coors Light.
rails. No more naked teenager talk.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, a WBA award finalist for Wisconsin's best radio show.
Maybe can I get a Molly was right? Like literally.
Molly was right.
Thank you.
I thought we had like a liner. Yeah.
No. We should get one. That should be the liner. That is going to be the liner moving forward.
Yeah,
Okay,
with
thank
all
you.
of my enthusiasm, I threw into that one.
Exactly.
I'll give you a better one. Molly was right!
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison every weekend. They have hundreds of winners and millions of dollars won at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. What are you waiting for? Head there this weekend. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison is for winners.
I wasn't sure if I could afford college, and my family couldn't help me. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I found financial support beyond tuition. Even fuel, transportation, and technology has been covered. It's incredible that I'll be able to graduate debt-free. My advice to others, don't let financial barriers stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
This is our crew.
A drive, left center, deep. See you later.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chario brought it back. Oh,
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Spring into action this season and let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Isn't the water thing from The Exorcist? What is happening? Ryan, have you seen that? That from David Deerfield.
I've not seen The Exorcist in full. That movie looks terrifying. I don't think I ever want to see it.
Not gonna see that.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's not that bad.
Really?
I hate horror movies.
Are you a horror movie
Not messing
person,
with the demonic.
Molly?
No, but like that was a movie that I watched when I was like 12, 13, when it was like cool to watch scary movies, and then now it's like, why would I want to like do that to myself, you know?
Yeah, no. That sounds horrible.
Sometimes my husband will like want to watch a random like scary movie on like Tubi, And I'm just like, why?
You're a big Tubi fan, as we found out yesterday.
Exactly. But like,
there's
there are
some
some good
interesting
ones.
ones on Tubi.
Yeah, but like, there's one called The Resort. I don't know if that one's on Tubi or which one that is on. But like, it was a scary movie, more of like a jump scare kind of thing, like suspense, and
those are easy to get over sometimes.
But I was also just like, why am I doing this? Because it's like I'm just hiding my face behind a pillow.
Yeah,
right
you're just like creeping, like waiting, and you know
Exactly.
when it's coming because
Like-
it like goes silent or they're peeking around a corner. Then you always fall for the jump scare. I hate jump scares.
Yes,
They're
and
the
it's
worst.
literally like I would rather just be watching a rom-com than I can just be
I could
giggling
enjoy.
and like
I could enjoy this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't understand why how you get any joy out of that.
Exactly. And then Sadler of Pat McAfee and Rich Eisen show. That is a very long title. He says burritos to me is a Mexican sandwich. I've seen burritos.
My burrito?
This actually sounds really
Where's
good.
my burrito?
Did you just like Google burrito on YouTube?
Sadler actually texted that to me and said I should use it as a hotkey today.
You clicked on that link?
Well, he sent it to my the personal talking text line.
Okay.
Where's my burrito? Where's my
kind
burrito?
of love it though. He said I've seen burritos with French fries and chicken tenders. That actually sounds
So
bomb.
there's a place on State Street that doesn't do them as burritos, but wraps technically.
Yeah, I don't think I'd qualify that as a burrito, but
It's a
that
wrap.
place is so good.
It's incredible.
Oh
Okay,
my
I'm looking
gosh.
this up. Don't say the
chicken
place.
tender, mac and cheese bites, ranch, it's the hash
Tater
browns.
tots inside.
Yes, or tater tots. It's the best. It's the
amazing.
best. Also,
It's
shout out
amazing.
Mitch and Stoughton. He said, "Good show, team. Hope you all have a great night."
Love
Thank
it.
you,
Thanks, Mitch and Stoughton. Enjoy your high life. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Thank you.